Because when I tell you I did not care about the murders in the town, I did not.
No, they didn't either. That was like the other part. They didn't care either. Like they in the beginning, they fronted like they care, like showing Angela Bassett and her partner like going through the crime scene. But eventually, they were like, "Nah, we don't care." Like I don't think we saw a cop in the second half of the movie. You know.
Hi, I'm Danielle.
And I'm Dell.
And this is the Black Catch-Up, where we're catching up on iconic black media we missed out on in our more conservative religious childhood.
All right, so today we watched A Vampire in Brooklyn or Vampire in Brooklyn.
Vampire in Brooklyn, yes.
Yeah, just vampire, not a vampire, just Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah, not a vampire. Vampire in Brooklyn. This one stars Eddie Murphy. And we've seen a lot of Eddie Murphy on this channel. You all seem to like when we do Eddie Murphy movies. He's been a prince. He's been a gangster. He's been a scientist. He's been a playboy. Now he's a vampire. So, as always, IMDb. A ship docks in Brooklyn with all its crew dead, but someone gets off and the killing continues on land. A Caribbean vampire is searching for a specific woman, half human, half vampire. Rita's the detective investigating the many killings.
That was kind of long, but didn't say much.
I know.
I
was like, you guys could have shortened it. Did you have, were you getting paid by the word for this one?
Yeah. Something happened there. But, all right.
So start off with things we like. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. This one, I like the premise of this one. I thought it was, interesting and, funny from the start. You know, even from the moment, his boat crashes and you get, John Witherspoon and, I don't know the other guy who he is, but, I thought, the supporting characters were good in this one, but just overall, just a fun watch, you know, that, comedy car genre is always kind of fun. I know you enjoy it, but yeah. I thought this one was definitely fun, and Eddie Murphy definitely I thought this was a good role for him. I know we've talked sometimes about him feeling kind of constrained in some roles, but I thought he had a good room to kind of be himself in this one.
This was a good one for him.
Yeah, especially I especially liked some of his other characters. You might have been about to say the same thing. Yeah. Yeah,
I was. He was involved in the screenplay for this one, so I think he really leaned into some of his comedy talents in this one. Mm-hmm. And I also enjoyed the I liked how they established the vampire rules here for the most part. There was one part that I was kind of confused by, but I did like how they set up the vampire rules. That's 101 when you have a supernatural entity, whether it be werewolves, vampires, zombies, or whatever. You gotta establish the rules of the thing. Make sure that we know how you become one or how you don't become one, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and what your powers are, kind of thing. Yep.
Yeah. One of the scenes I had, you mentioned the body switching. I also enjoyed that. The pastor one.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite
evil
scene.
Is good.
Yeah.
That was my favorite scene. So when you think about it, evil is good. Because you can't have good without evil. You can have light without dark. So, and if you have good, you have evil. But evil is good because you wouldn't have... Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah, that's it. And then he starts calling out people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Take this guy. He's a stand-up brother. What was he doing last night? Yeah.
He was with a $2 whore.
Yeah. That was definitely my favorite scene.
That was a good scene. That was my favorite scene, too.
Yeah. Let's see. One thing I did like in this one... I did like the little love triangle between Eddie Murphy, Angela Bassett, and her partner character.
Yes, I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either. But I actually really did like this little kind of love triangle. I like how they kind of had that partner tension between them, and then the suave Eddie Murphy comes in and is kind of playing his tricks and also using him to kind of deceive her. So I just really like that little love triangle and Eddie Murphy's kind of deceit, getting her to think he was sleeping with her roommate kind of thing. But yeah, I really like that love triangle in this one.
Yeah, in addition to that, I thought that they all had good chemistry with each other, where a good part of a love triangle is you need to be able to see the middle of the triangle with either party, and you definitely could. She had some great moments with her partner, and then her and Eddie Murphy, especially towards the middle end before he bites her and transforms her into a vampire. those were some really good, like, you could see that little sizzle pop of chemistry with them on there. I was like, oh, have they ever been in a movie together? That actually got me thinking too.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else?
Not really. I didn't have too much else. I thought it was your turn, but yeah, I didn't have anything else.
Yeah, no, I didn't have too much else. It was just the chemistry for me. I didn't have too much else for this film.
Okay, yeah. Want to get into negatives then?
Yes.
I guess you can kick it off.
Yeah. So you mentioned that Eddie Murphy was very funny in this movie, and I definitely agree. I'm not going to discount that. I felt as though he was in a very fun, kind of campy vampire romp, especially with the tone from the beginning where he first transforms that Julian guy, I think, into his, like, faithful minion gargoyle, whatever that was. Ghoul, whatever that was. When he first transformed him, I was like, oh, we're doing, like, a campy, fun vampire thing. But the tone that Angela Bassett got was a little bit more of a crime drama, so I didn't care about the murders that she was investigating ever.
Yeah.
I was like, this is kind of dull. Like, can we get back to the campy vampire fun? And I just think that the tonal switch was, like, a real downer for me. It just wasn't my... Because I did like the campy vampire thing. And I went into this, in between filming, we were talking, and I was talking about how... sometimes you see a movie as more of a parody movie than I do, and I get upset. Like, I specifically was watching this, and I was like, okay, I get the tone. It's a campy vampire thing. And then we, like, switched over to the Angela Bassett section. It was, like, a crime drama where she's, like, really going in there. And I was like, oh, did I get the tone wrong? But no, it would go... I just wish that they had, like, kind of picked a point and stuck to it. Because I think it would have been really strong if they stuck with campy vampire.
Yeah, I definitely get that, because her, like, tone definitely did read more like crime drama, and also in addition, I think they kind of, like, lost that aspect of it as the film went on. Like, it seemed like we got like a lot less of that, like it almost seemed like they, like, stopped caring about the murders at, like, halfway through, and just, like, it just became like the campy, like, vampire movie. But I definitely agree. Her tone was definitely, like, very different, I think. The one thing I had, which is, like, I kind of had it as, like, a nitpick or, like, a smaller thing, because I know it is kind of a thing with movies in this genre, but I never really like how the climactic scenes play out. They just seem, like, super, like, choppy, and, like, the music always, like, swells really, like, awkwardly, and there's, like, a lot of cuts, and there's, like, the super, like, anytime there's, like, the bite, there's, like, the super, like, over-exaggerated, like, moaning kind of thing. It's like, I don't know, like, the very, like, intense climactic scenes just kind of, like, I just don't like them that much. But I think that's less like this movie and more the genre, you know?
I think vampire movies always make biting the neck a very inherently sexual thing. That's why they always, like, slow it down and they're like, this is sexy. Which is why it works in a campy setting. But because we kept shifting tones, I also didn't like the ending was just so messy to me. The fight scene was very hard to watch, and I watched it twice. I was like, okay, maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention. Let me try this again. And I was like, whew. Meanwhile, we're filming late. Like, daylight savings just happened. We both were, like, sluggish with this. I was like, okay, I can do this. I can watch this again. I rewound, and I was still like, I hate it. I don't know what happened.
Okay. I'm glad you watched it twice and found nothing, because I watched it the first time and I was like, I feel like I just missed something, or like it didn't, like, I almost watched it again too, but I was like, you know what, I don't think anything great happened there, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to hope nothing crazy happened. I'm just going to say it was chaotic at the end and leave it at that, you know? But I'm glad you rewatched it and confirmed that it was chaotic.
Very much like, what is going on? It was that great.
It definitely was.
I don't always rewatch the movies that we do. There have been, like, 2 distinct times. This was one, and then the other was that Tupac movie we did with the basketball.
Juice or
it wasn't Juice.
Not White Man Can't Jump. It's I know which one it was. I know exactly.
But yeah, Danielle, put it up here. You know what one this is.
I'm upset I don't know.
But it was that Tupac movie. Because it was
Above the Rim. There it is. Above the Rim.
Yeah, Above the Rim. It was Above the Rim. But those were the 2 distinct times I remember rewatching the movie. And Above the Rim, the rewatch went over better. This one I was like, what happened in this last little bit? I don't want to get it. It was just so messy and cloudy and just oof. And
No,
then
it
there
really
were people
was.
I feel like I didn't know enough about, and that was also where I was confused by the ghoul thing, where I was like, I thought he became a ghoul, but he became a vampire at the end. So I guess I was like, for the most part, I understood the rules, but then the ghoul thing kind of threw me.
Oh wait, like him being a ghoul or him turning to a vampire at
Yeah,
the end?
because then he puts the ring on and becomes a vampire, and I was like, is that how you become a vampire? Because
Oh,
it seemed as though becoming a vampire was just drinking blood, but I guess maybe he was a
yeah.
ghoul, so I don't know.
I don't know either. It seemed like he was like the ghoul was like his assistant, and I feel like Eddie Murphy said at one point like, "Oh yeah, if you do good, you might be able to graduate to full vampire." I feel like something like that might have been said, but yeah, I didn't exactly know what was going on there either.
Yeah.
Um, I guess, I guess going on characters, I didn't exactly know who they were. There was never mind, never mind. I'm thinking of the other movie. There was a character in the other movie. I didn't know. I didn't know who he was. Never mind. Never mind. I was getting confused for a second.
Was that your last point, though?
Well, no, I didn't actually have any other points down aside from like the ending just being chaotic. But that reminded
Yeah,
me of
that
something,
was-
but for the other movie. So we'll skip it.
That should be a deleted scene for the other movie.
Yeah.
It's really bad. But yeah, that was mostly what I had too. Just the tonal shift was a little made the murder part very boring, which murder shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the tonal shift and then the messy ending was the big nose for me.
Yeah. I'll agree. Are we ready for ratings?
Yes.
You want to go first?
Yeah. I'm going to give this one a 2.5 out of 5 in the best way possible. For me, it's kind of like middle in the road, but it's kind of teetering on that bad but good kind of thing. Just because the vampire parts were so campy, were so fun, had that like distinctive early cinema when you do vampire special effects and they're just like very not good. It had a lot of that where he was like flying back and it's just like him.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
a lot of that.
You can almost see the
in
ropes,
the best,
you know?
you can almost see the ropes. So it's like by no means is this a cinematic masterpiece, but the fun parts were very very fun. The murder part definitely brought it down. But yeah, so 2.5 in like the best way possible.
Okay. Yeah, I give this one a 3. I actually did enjoy this one quite a bit. Yeah, I just had like a lot of fun with this one, especially like the love triangle thing I kind of like brought up. Like again, like the ending was very weak in this one and just rushed and kind of chaotic. But yeah, I overall did have a lot of fun, and I agree. Like it had a lot of like those good kind of campy elements of just like not like trashy fun, but just like I don't know, just like lighthearted kind of fun. Like not meant to be super scary, meant to almost be like more goofy than scary at some times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely did enjoy this one. So 3 stars. Final question: do you wish you saw this one sooner? I actually said yes for this one. Yeah, I like this one a lot, and I definitely think it would have been good to watch this around the time we did like that horror month. Way back when. Like I definitely think this would have fit in well, and I think I actually like this one more than some of the ones we saw then.
Ooh.
And
I was thinking of that too, and I couldn't remember some, and I meant to go back in my notes to see my ratings for some of those.
Yeah, because there were a few I thought this one was like kind of similar to the like one I had like the Snoop Dogg one. I don't remember what that one was called. But I thought that one had like definitely some similar vibe. Maybe was it called like the Dog Father or something? Like it was called like something with a dog in it or something like something like that. I'm pretty sure it had the like word dog in the title, but yeah, there was just like a few like ones that I thought it was similar with, and I almost wished I watched it like around then or before then.
Yeah, I could see it was Bones.
Bones, yeah, there it is.
Bones, I loved Bones.
Yeah, Bones. I thought Bones is fun. But yeah, there were just like a few movies I thought was like similar to that I would have wanted to watch closer to the time we were watching those movies.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm kind of thinking that too. Yes, just like in the TheBlackCatch-Up universe, see it, put it in with Bones and Blade, Blackula. They did a little reference to Blackula, so I was happy. I was like, at least we saw Blackula. I know what you're talking about. But yeah.
All right, so
yeah, I have a yes too.
Oh, okay. So 2 yeses. Wow. I feel like it's been a while since we've had two like we both wanted to see earlier. You know.
We've had a lot of no's so
Yeah,
far.
a lot of no's recently. I was okay.
A lot of no's.
Yeah, I guess you had 2 yeses today, right?
Yeah, I said yes around the time that I read Taraji P. Henson's book.
Yeah.
So,
wow. So, yeah, I guess that was Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yes.
YouTube housekeeping, like, comment, subscribe.
Ring the bell for notifications. If you have any movie suggestions for us, you can leave them in the comments down below. We do movies on Tuesdays and Fridays. All of our socials will be linked in the description box down below. And we'll see you next time to catch up. Bye! The body switching scenes were the best.
Yeah,
the best scenes.
No, the pastor scene was by far the funniest. Like that scene was hilarious. Like,
oh my gosh,
I was dying during that scene. And then like the people in the crowd, like they're like questioning it, but like okay, like he was good.
Yeah, they were doing that thing where they were like, he's the pastor, so he must know what he's talking about. Yeah. Like none of this makes sense, but okay.
Yeah, and then I even like the like ladies in the crowd, like talk to him, you know, like just like hyping him up kind of thing. Like okay,
yeah,
yes, he's saying stuff.
Back and forth. Yes. Oh, it was so funny.
No, that was a great scene. That was a
truly great scene. I almost say the movie peaked there. It was.
No, it might have. Like honestly, I might throw on that scene just to watch it again, just like that individual scene, because that scene was hilarious. And then they come back to it, and they're like doing praise and worship to evil is good, evil is good.
Yes.